Researchers are developing a digital cybersecurity licence for Australian students and teachers in a similar concept to a primary school pen licence. You might remember getting one of those back in the day. Joining us live is Edith Cowan University Associate Professor Nicola Johnson. Nicola, explain how this would work and why do you think it's necessary for kids to have that sort of licence?
Look, cybercriminals are becoming so much more clever and creative, and of course they're going to focus on deceiving the next generation. 50% of Australians have already been scammed, so we need to educate our younger students earlier on. And so the idea is that for each stage, children will provide evidence that they are being safe with their cybersecurity practices, they're using really good cyber hygiene, and they are moving towards understanding how to keep their information and their personal information secure. Which
is really important, isn't it? Because so much more we're seeing schoolwork on home iPads that are sent home. Often children as young as 6 or 7 are being given their first iPad at school, by the school, and they need to use that for their work. The problem, I guess, can be that sometimes the kids are way ahead of their teachers and their parents, for that matter, in terms of being more tech savvy.
Mm. Yeah, you make a number of good points there, actually. I think it's really important that we give parents peace of mind about what their children are doing, because you can't watch your kids all the time. You know, you've got to be doing other things, and you might have limits. And like you were saying before, why not have say to the child, oh, sorry, no, you can't have that app because you're not on this cyber stage that shows that you are going to be trusted and operate really, really well.
So it can be helpful for parents. In terms of getting this into the school curriculum, is that something that's happening?
Yes, look, there's the new version of the national curriculum, version 9.0, does incorporate many more aspects of cybersecurity. But what we've found is that there's things like phishing and scams, they're not taught until years 7 and 8. And we need to be thinking that our kids actually are pretty savvy, and they need to be thinking for themselves, being critical and looking at, is that misinformation? How do I know that this is legit? And how do I know that, what makes something dodgy?
And do you think it's better for parents to be across this sort of cyber safety stuff instead of just banning it and saying, okay, well, no, you're not allowed to access an iPad until you're 9 or whatever the age might be?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like you're depriving kids of having an advantage, you know, of a privilege. And as you've said, there's a lot of schools now that have the bring your own device, and so they've got a school-issued laptop or device, a tablet, iPad, whatever. And so, you know, it's very hard to. I don't know of any child under 10 that doesn't have an iPad.
Yeah, which is remarkable, isn't it? I mean, just a few years ago that would have been baffling, but now that certainly is the case. And the horse has really bolted, hasn't it? I mean, a lot of parents are really uneasy about this, about having their children on their iPads to do homework, for example. Do you see it swinging back around, or is this it now for the future, do you think?
Well, with the advent of artificial intelligence and the predictions about how it might take over the world, we maybe will need to be turn the internet off and go back to lives before we ever had the digital devices.
That sounds actually quite nice. I think I like that. Nicola, really appreciate you joining us with that. Good luck with this licence scheme. It sounds like it could be pretty helpful for teachers and parents as well. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.